again. Okay, do like this. As you're doing that, you should also be taking your seats. Sit where you feel you are comfortable. We are going to take you through our today's topic is about introducing new teaching learning approaches that are interactive and engaging and are tailored to diverse learning needs. And as we are standing here, me, Madam Lucy, I'm going to take you through together with my colleagues. This is Abdallah and Boniface. So we are going to continue.
Now we are coming to the next, that is about introduction, as we have already seen about that. Now, this session, feel comfortable. Please, wherever you have a challenge, don't hesitate to ask.
It's okay. Happy to have you today. How are you feeling? Let's hear. How are you feeling? You're feeling good. That's great. I'm also feeling well, and I'm happy to be with you today. Now, on our screen, we have got two colors. I would like to have two members from our class. Enough, our class today is very blessed with only a single gender. So, what we shall do, I'm really interested in blue, and that's why my trouser is blue. So, if you know, you put on a blue attire, kindly stand up. So I have 4. Now because I have 4, you will have to pick numbers. Like this. So our number 1, choose a single color and tell us what do you like about it. Yes, black. Why?
It is the color of Africans.
It's the color of Africans. Wow, let's appreciate. I even didn't thought about it. Now, give us the second participant who was dressed in blue. You are the one who are going to give us. Madam, you have been offered a chance to share with us.
Yumna.
Welcome.
I love yellow.
You love yellow. Why?
It signs and brightness.
Signs and brightness. Wow. Thank you. We are now coming to our today learning outcomes. From the learning outcomes, this is where the base of our lesson is. I would love one of us to read the first bullet. A volunteer?
I will read.
Thank you.
Okay. By the end of the session, the participants should be able to understand new approaches that are more interactive, engaging, and tailored to diverse learning needs of the students in the community.
At the end of the session, the participants should be able to understand the approaches. So they get that know-how, they get that knowledge on how they are going to use that particular learning approach to use in their different classes or to their learners. Another one to the skill part, bullet number 2.
At the end of the session, participants should be able to develop ability to use new learning approaches that are more interactive, engaging, and tailored to diverse learning needs of students in the community.
That was the skill part of it. And someone to read for us the attitude part. Please, a volunteer.
By the end of the session, participants should be able to appreciate the value of the new approaches of teaching that are more interactive, engaging, and tailored to the diverse learning needs of the students in the community.
Very good. Now, let us appreciate for that part. Thank you. Okay, now, I want us to develop the expectations from the learning outcomes that we have there in your notebook. Please, note.
You develop your expectations plus also the IAQ, KIQ, of which you are going to rate yourself at the end of the session.
And remember, the learning outcome, the expectation bases on you. This is a personal thing. It is, you are the one who you are owning the lesson. What do you like to have achieved by the end of this session? So unaandika matarajio yako. And then unatengeneza ile swali dadisi kutokana na hayo matarajio. Wewe kama wewe.
And also remember that this is a new approach of teaching, for which after here you are going to implement in your school. So make sure that you develop your expectation a very good one, and also those KIQs, they should be very smart.
I've got 1 minute.
Okay, also remember, once you develop the KIQ and the expectations at it, ensure that at the end it should have been answered. That is the KIQ and also the expectations if it has been met.
Five seconds. Fifteen seconds. Now, we want to look at today we are looking at new learning approaches, isn't it? But we have been engaging our learners in our different institutions. So, there are approaches that we have been using in our classes, isn't it? Now, I would love to hear about these approaches. Just to mention, and then at least elaborate a bit. The ones that you ever used in your class.
There's also a room you can as well share amongst yourselves.
Yes?
Here, lecture method, lecture approach as a teaching approach whereby the teacher dominates the class.
Thank you. Lecturing, where the teacher dominates the class. That is teacher-centered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. A clap. Another one?
Child center, it's whereby the child owns the lesson.
The child is at the center of learning. How is it useful?
It helps the child to express his interests and is also able to cooperate with other learners while they are doing the group discussion.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. From the two that we have had, examples of some of the new learning approaches that we want to introduce so that we can be able to enable our learners to interact with materials, to engage with each other, and be able to master the content for us to achieve our learning outcomes. Ask my colleague to start with the first bullet.
So, group discussions, we are going to do this in groups.
We are not doing it in groups. We are just highlighting for now. So we have an example of group discussion where you take the learners into a group, give them a task and share. And then we have storytelling. You can engage learners in storytelling so that they share and they develop language development. We also have debates, we have experiments, we have field study, role play. Role play enhances mastery of content, and many more. Now, I want us to go to group activities. I want us to move to our group activities. You have got 10 minutes to complete the task.
And in our group activities, we are going to sit in a group of 3, and we are going to group ourselves in groups by taking numbers. So we are going to be in 3 groups, 1, 2, 3. So can we start from here?
1,
3.
1,
2.
3, 1.
So the ones can come here. The 2s come here. Then the group number 3 is to come and occupy this table. We are going to give you
Okay, let us start the activity very fast. We have around 5 minutes now. Okay? So each group have got their task. We have around 5 minutes left.
So each group has its
Blacks enough learning. Discuss how
Group
this
number
affects
1.
learning.
Can we have one person in your
Mashallah,
group to
blacks.
read that scenario?
So group 1, this is a task. Group 1. We shall learn ECD lacks enough learning resources.
We are sorry for that.
Discuss how this affects learning. So, group 1, you will discuss that.
It is lacks.
How does lack of learning resources in an ECD center affect
We are sorry
learning?
for that. It is lack, not black. Lacks.
And then group 2,
Don't write the question, you're going to write the answers on.
group 2, you have a task there.
Right, just
There's a lot of noise making in paper ECD. State and explain the new teaching approach you will use to solve the problem. And then group 3, after visiting a market, state and explain the teaching approach you will use to assist learners master the content.
So please observe time as you do the work.
And those new teaching approaches are the ones which we display on the screen. So you can choose one of those approaches which suit your scenario.
We are remaining with 4 minutes.
And please also ensure that when you will be writing your approaches, you should also make sure that you cater for those teaching aid approaches. They should be interactive, innovative, and also engaging.
Are you through?
Yes?
This is group 2. Can start from there. This is group 3. Two minutes remaining. Okay, pens down. Group 1, move your work to group 2. Group 2, move your work to group 3. And group 3, move your work to group 1. Okay, check on that task now, the new one that will be given. You can make an input. Read the scenario and add something. You have got 1 minute to do so, and then we interchange again.
If you think there's something to put an input there, just do so. You look what the others have done, and also do something. If you feel that there's something that you can add.
And again, move the manila papers. Group 1, move your paper to group 2, group 2 to group 3, group 3 to group 1.
Mbona imerudia tu hapa?
You have 1 minute. So make an input on that other scenario. This is group 3. Now this is group 2. Group 2. Sorry, group 3. that work on the walls so that during your free time, you will read at your own
Okay, stand up and
time.
stick your work on the walls.
This group will stick to our work. This group will display, like what I'm displaying that.
Madam, we're waiting for you. Now, I think we have learned something from the different ideas from different groups. During your free time, you'll go through the work and read at your own free time. Now, we are going at the summary part of it. Let me ask this. When you are using the new approaches, which are the factors to consider? Which are these factors to consider? For us to be able to use these new learning approaches effectively and for them to be beneficial to our learners. Which are the factors to consider? Yes?
You have to consider the number of learners you have in the class.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Let us appreciate this group.
The number of learners in your class. Another thing? Yes. The age of the learners. So that when you are developing materials, the materials should be age appropriate. Another factor? Yes, madam?
Learners' abilities.
The ability of your learners. The ability of your learners. Na ndio maana tunaambiwa wakati tunatengeneza lesson plan yako ama schemes of work yako, sienda kwa mtandao ka download tu kwa sababu unataka mambo ya haraka haraka. Labda hiyo inafunzwa na mtoto wa kule Nairobi Academy, halafu wewe unafunza kule mwisho wa kweli, zinaendana. Kwa hivyo wakati tuna develop hizo materials, tuangalie pia yule mtoto wetu, tunaanzia wapi na tunamalizia wapi.
So according to our session, so let us mention whatever we have learned. Please. What have we learned with this? New teaching approaches. Let us appreciate this. Good. Another one? What have we learned?
Okay. Mentioning what you have learned, you tell us the effect of adapting it or adopting it, and also you give us an input about, innovativeness of that teaching approach which you have learned today. Because after here, you are going to apply it in your schools.
Leo ni kipi labda ungekifanyia marekebisho? Ni kipi labda ungekichukua vile vilivyo?
Wanafunzi katika utendaji wa kazi yao, kama kwa kupatia masomo. Kwa mfano, nimegundua kwamba walipelekwa kule, kama ile activity tulikuwa tumefanya, walienda kule sokoni na wakajifunza, na wakirudi kufanya kuja ku role play, itawasaidia wale wanafunzi ili ku retain the content ambao.
Asante. Tumpatie. Very good. Wale watoto tuliowapeleka sokoni wakaona mambo mengi sana, wakaona watu wananunua viazi, watu wananunua maembe, wengine different activities that were taking place, ndio? So wanaporudi pale shuleni, wakifanya role playing ya what was happening there, hiyo kitu haitawahi toka katika kichwa chao. So that is one of the advantages za hizo new learning approaches. So madam anasema hiyo angebeba kama ilivyo. Any other? Any other? Okay, let us move to the next slide.
Okay, now we have rating. You know where we are. You know where you are now. We have 1 up to 5. 1 to 5. 5 is the highest score altogether.
Yes.
Yeah. So there where we are.
Excuse.
Kwa hivyo
To
utajiangalia.
add an input on that, you had the learning expectation, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, kile ambacho ulikuwa unadhamiria kukipata kufikia sasa, hebu angalia hiyo learning outcome yako. Je, umekipata au la? You had an expectation at the beginning of this lesson, isn't it?
Yes.
Go back now to your learning expectation and the KIQ. Uangalie kama je, lengo lako limetimia au la.
Alafu unaweza kutupatia alama kati ya 1 mpaka 5. 1 ni ile ya chini, 5 ni ile ya juu zaidi, kulingana na vile ambavyo umeelewa jinsi ya kutumia hizo mbinu mpya za kufundisha watoto darasani ama kule kwetu mashuleni.
Now, on a piece of paper, highly rate us. Andika kwa karatasi. Issue them with a piece of paper. Just rate us from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score.
Come and stick.
Just rate and put it there. How's the sticky notes?
Yes. You should have with this.
Thank you for sharing with us. I can see 4, 4, 4, 3, 5, 5. That's wonderful. Now, from here, you will go to your module during your free time. There is an assignment that has been posted there. You will go through it, and during your free time, you will be able to submit. But remember, it has a time frame. So, as you have your other tasks, also remember that one.
And also please, I know you may start somewhere, don't just die alone. You consult